Hello everybody, and welcome back to Nigel News. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my custom assortment of LEGO Piston Cup racers that I made from the original Cars movie. Now, before we start, I want to acknowledge a few things. Okay, so first and foremost, I actually made these guys all the way back in the summer of 2022, but I never got a chance to show you them until now. Secondly, in case you're curious, I did make the King and Chick Hicks, who unfortunately never actually were made by LEGO, which I find surprising. But anyway, here are the King and Chicken McNugget Hicks. But as you can see, they're all different colors. Decals are peeling off, so maybe I'll rebuild them later. But for this video, we're just going to be focusing on these guys here. And finally, when I was building these guys, I did use the Diecast as like a basis for everything, although I did have to use Lego Lightning McQueen here for scaling purposes. So without further ado, let's jump right into this review. Alright all y'all, so first racer we're going to be taking a peek at here is Scruggs. And as you can see, up front he's got like a sort of like happy looking facial expression, Leakless logo on the hood. It's got the 52 on the roof as well as the sides. On the back, nothing too fancy except like he's got like the rear window. And here he is next to his diecast counterpart. As you can see, let me just do a quick little spin around. And yeah, the reason why I didn't put anything on the back here is because like with Lego Lightning McQueen, he doesn't really have any detail like on the back, so I kind of wanted to like incorporate that into everything else. I don't know why, but it's just a little thing I like to do. And when it comes to the Scruggs diecast, as you guys may have remembered, I did used to have the 2016 version, but it was super beat up. So I think in like Christmas of 2022, I got the 2007 version of Claude, which I like a lot better because it's just so much more nostalgic. And as for my old Leakless, or Scruggs, my bad, I then turned him into Nigel Revingston. So I suppose that's all for Claude for now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put Claude back. And next race we're going to be looking at is Aken Axler. As you can see up front, he's got like the more like angry, like determined, like race face sort of vibe. Got the Nitrate logo on his hood, which keeps peeling off. I absolutely hate it. I'll probably have to replace it. Yeah, so he's got the number 28 on his roof, as well as on the sides with the flame decal. And again, I made this back in 2022, so I know it's not really the best. And also, I know the spoiler is supposed to be orange, like on the diecast, but I don't think I really had like one of these pieces in orange, so I had to use a red one instead. That's why the flame decals are also red. Again, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to update this later, but, again, here, let me just do a quick little, spin around. Sorry, I know that was kind of stupid, but, anywho, I suppose that's it for Aken. Alright, so let me just set this to the side, as well, and moving right along, the next racer we're going to be looking at is Winford Bradford Rutherford, or WBR as he is commonly called, or like Ford to the third power, because like all his names end in Ford for some reason. So as you can see up in the front, he's got the RPM logo on the hood, as well as he's got like a scared like facial expression, because like I was when I made this guy, I was trying to like replicate like his face in that scene where Chick Hicks bumped into him to start the Dynacos online crash, and then he just started like screaming as like you know what I'm talking about, right? So here he is next to his diecast counterpart. You see the expressions are somewhat similar. So he's got the 64 on the top as well as on the sides, and again you'll notice here the diecast is like an orange like thing like swooping down over here, whereas the Lego one does not. Because like I said, this isn't the best because I made it a while ago. So maybe I'll revamp it later, but for now I don't really know. You can see I feel like I really did do a pretty good job incorporating like the detail here, like with like the blue like lining and everything. On the back he's got the blue spoiler, orange bumper. Here's the top again, as well as the underside, just in case you're curious. And yeah, that's pretty much it for WBR. Okay, it is now time to put Winford aside and focus on Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. So as you can see, He's got a pretty happy looking facial expression, just like on his diecast counterpart. As well as he's got the Dale Earnhardt Inc. logo on the hood, incorporated, my bad. And on the top, he's got the number 8. Honestly, low-key, I really do feel like this is actually one of the more recent ones that I did. So, actually, no, it's the most recent one I did, so it looks better than a couple other ones. But, yeah, so as you can see on the side, it's got the number 8 with, like, that black, like, stripe thingy-madoodle or whatever. On the back, nothing too special. Here's the other side, as well as the undercarriage, just in case you're curious. And again, another thing I feel guilty about not doing is putting windows on these guys, which I really feel like I should have done, because you can see they don't have any windows on them. None of these guys really do, but maybe if I do a part 2 of this with like more racers, then maybe I'll update these guys. But other than that, that's out with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and in with Billy Oil Changer. So up front here, Billy's logo on the hood is also kind of peeling off, so I had to fix it with like a piece of tape. He's got like a pretty like goofy looking smile on his face, because like I was like, when I made this guy, I was trying to like replicate that scene where like when he like came like face to face with Claude in the Dynaco's Online crash. Then he gave that big old goofy smile before getting bashed away by James Cleaner and Holding Gas. You guys know what I'm talking about. So let me just put Claude back, and then let me get Billy's diecast here. And as you can see, the orange here, it doesn't really match up very good, but unfortunately I couldn't find all the adequate pieces in this color, so I just had to use the regular orange, which looks like kind of like a more sputter stop looking orange. Anywho, it's got the 58 on the side with like the black stripe, just like the diecast. Moving on to the back, looks looking pretty fly, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and believe it or not, guys, I actually had to order $50 worth of parts off of Bricklink to make this thing. So that's somewhat interesting. It's got the 58 on the roof, if I didn't show that already. Now, in case you guys are wondering why my Billy Oil Changer diecast is so beat up, it's because, you see, I was actually not the first owner of this guy. Rather, instead, it was, this was actually a hand-me-down from an old friend of mine. So, I guess that's pretty cool. So let's put Billy away and focus on the next racer. Okay, you guys, the next racer in question is none other than Todd Marcus, otherwise known as the Shockster. And as you can see, this one I feel like I could have done a better job on for a couple of reasons, but let me just get the diecast counterpart ready so we can do the comparison. As you can see, like the facial expression here, it's like I wanted to replicate like the facial expression on Todd's like diecast packaging or whatever. And as you can see, he's got the no stall logo on the hood, which I didn't even like bother to cut out like how I did here, or how Mattel did here, my bad. On the side, it's got the number 123 with the checkered flag on the side. It's got the number 123 on the roof as well. Here's the other side if I didn't show it already. Here's the back. It's got like the black spoiler, and I actually did make an effort to add the checkered flag lining right here. And here's the undercarriage, just in case you're curious. And I guess there's nothing really else I can say about Todd Marcus, so let's now bring in Floyd Mulvihill. So as you can see, Floyd, I really like this one though, because like for several reasons. Because I actually let me get the diecast here. I actually like added the detail like right here with like the yellow like headlight thingies or whatever. Expressions are pretty similar. He's got like the determined like race face sort of thing going on. Although when I was making this guy, I actually was considering giving him that like look to the side, like where like in that scene where McQueen like used the technique to squeeze between him, like Floyd and the wall. You know what I'm talking about? So that's that, I suppose. And on the hood, you got the Gasprin logo, as well as the number 70 on the roof and on the sides. And then on the back, nothing too fancy. And there's the undercarriage. And I guess that's all for Floyd. And last but not least is none other than Maguy Car himself. And believe it or not, guys, this is actually the oldest one out of these guys because, as you may or may not be aware, for the longest time, I had, like, all 36 of the Cars 1 racers minus Maguy Car. Because, like, I remember, like, I had, like, 35 out of the 36 Cars 1 racers, like, when I was, like, 12. And, like, I went on, like, a 2-year hiatus before finally getting the Maguy Car diecast. I mean, I don't think this is an official one, by the way, because, as you guys may remember, Mattel only ever, like, officially released Maguy Car in the Motor Speedway of the South set, which contained all 36 of the racers. So, that's that, I guess. So, I think, no, not I think, and then, like, my dad wasn't really comfortable with me, like, ordering anything from China, so eventually I found this guy on eBay for, like, 60 bucks alongside, a custom rubber tire Maguy Car, which, excuse me for 1 second. Okay, I'm back now, and here is, that custom rubber tire Maguy Car, which is still in the wrapper, and, yeah, again, I do not want to open this thing up at all, okay, so that's that, I guess. Now, on to the actual review of this thing. So, up front, pretty similar facial expression. Got the top here with, like, the Apple logo, 84, and I did actually add a rear window on this one. On the side, you also got the 84. There's the back, which, nothing too fancy, like as always. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the review of my custom assortment of LEGO Piston Cup racers. Okay, guys, so before I end this video, I do want to mention a couple other things. So, first and foremost, I do plan on making a part 2 of the series with more custom LEGO Piston Cup racers. And as a matter of fact, the racers you might be seeing in the next part of this series are probably going to be Chuck Armstrong, Darren Ledfoot, or maybe even Lee Revkins too. But, however, if you have a Cars 1 racer in mind that you would like me to make, please let me know in the comments. However, I will not be able to make all 36 of them, and here's why. So for one, Legos are pretty expensive, and plus, like, getting all the right pieces together, like, off of Bricklink is kind of stressful. Secondly, some of the racers' paint schemes would be pretty hard to make using Lego pieces rather than stickers. I mean, I would still be willing to do it, though. And also, if LEGO did make an official set of Piston Cup racers, 9 times out of 10, they would not include all 36. Especially not Dale Jr. and Maguy Car due to licensing issues. And lastly, the cool thing with the leakless models here is that, like, you can pop their trunks off and make them look like gremlins, which is pretty cool. Even though they still got, like, the frame, like, sticking out of there. And you can also, like, mix and match, too, if you want. So, that's that, I suppose. Actually, no. Who am I kidding? Let me put these back. Oh, boy. What am I doing with my life? Okay, you guys. That's all for today. You heard it first here on Nigel News, and we're out.